Girl, the saying, if he wanted to, he would, is actually real, period. Hi guys, it's Angel, your favorite chindo, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about 8 major green flags in men, and the reason why is because I've always looked at a lot of YouTube videos talking about how to deal with toxic men in relationships, how to avoid them, or red flags in relationships. So I want to kind of look at it in a positive outlook. So we're talking about green flags. So without further ado, let's just get started. So the very first green flag is they actually treat you with respect and they treat you well. By what I mean by treating you well is they pay attention to the small little things or details. So for example, you guys might be going out on a date and he wants to pick you up and he opens the car door for you, or he doesn't leave you behind, he will walk with you or hold your hand. Make sure that you're always in the inside of the street instead of the outside. So this is just an example of how he could treat you well. So the second green flag is that they respect your boundaries. What this means is, let me give you an example. Let's say you guys are going on a first date and you clearly told him, oh sorry, I don't want to have a first kiss on the first date, and he respects you enough and he won't be like a little kid and he'll be like, oh come on, like just a little bit is fine. But he really respects your boundaries and says like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention. That's your boundary, I respect it. I respect whatever boundaries you have. And then he won't like whine like a little kid or try to like, you know, pull you in or anything like that. So this is a really good sign because it means that he respects you well enough to respect your boundaries. So the third green flag is the way he makes you feel, if he makes you feel loved. And for me personally, this is the most important thing in a relationship, if that person actually makes you feel loved. Because there is no point of being in a relationship when you don't even feel loved by that other person, or you feel deep down inside that you're not respected enough, they don't treat you well enough to feel that you are actually loved by them and that they're gonna be there for you in your darkest times. The fourth green flag is that they actually communicate their needs instead of, you know, asking you to be a fortune teller. Some guys, they do this. Some guys are not really good with communicating their needs. Usually guys avoid emotions or feelings in the first place, and they will just keep it to themselves until they eventually explode like a volcano. But as girls, we regularly communicate. So if he can communicate, maybe if he doesn't like something, for example, he doesn't like it when you're 30 minutes late to the date, and then he communicates his needs by saying, hey, I would really appreciate it if you're not late because I could spend more time focusing on my work instead of waiting for you for 30 minutes in the car or for 30 minutes in another restaurant. So when he communicates what he wants, or for example, he says, oh, like, I'm sorry, but I need a little bit of me time, I need alone time to actually recharge my social battery. This is really good because then you're not always left wondering like, why is he becoming distant? Why is he not carrying me as much as we used to? Why does he look like he's burdened to hang out with me? Because he clearly communicates what he wants and what he needs for himself to you, and so you understand the things that he does. Number 5 of the green flag is that he pays attention to your wants and your needs. I mean, realistically, obviously everybody wants a really great luxury bag. Like maybe let's, for example, say that I would want like a Birkin bag, and that doesn't mean he has to give you a Birkin bag. I just mean by the small little things. Let's just say like you're having a bad day and he gets you your favorite comfort food, and because he know it will cheer you up, just small things like this. Or maybe you need a iPhone charger because your old cable is broken, so he actually buys this for you. It's just the simple things that actually matter. The 6th green flag is when you guys are arguing or you guys in an argument, but he actually still cares about you. A lot of guys, they actually have the switch side when they're actually mad at you. They just don't care about you, and that's not a really good aspect to see. But I guess I would say, let's say for example, that you guys are in a huge fight with each other, you're not really on talking terms, but let's say you fell down and he cares about you. Even though he's mad at you, he will check up on you to see if you are okay or not. This is a green flag because it means that even if you guys are in a fight, then you can still rely on him when you need him the most. And this is a very good green flag to have. The 7th green flag is when he does something for you that maybe particularly he doesn't really like, but because he knows it means a lot to you, he would come and do that. Let's say, for example, you have a party with your friends and it's their birthdays, but they're also bringing their spouses, and maybe your boyfriend doesn't really like the social life or he's not really into parties, but he knows it would mean so much to you if he had come because everybody else is bringing their partner and you kind of really want him to be there for you. So if he really cares about you, then he would be like, okay, I know how much this means to you, so I'm gonna do this because I want you to be happy and I want to do these things for you. So this is just an example of that. Alright, so the last and 8th, far and foremost 8th flag is when he has clear intentions with you. Because girl, the saying, if he wanted to, he would, is actually real, period. So this is, for example, when you're starting to get to know a guy and you've been on like maybe a month of dating or trying to get to know each other, or 1 to 3 months of trying to get to know each other, and he has clear intentions with you. He's not, I don't know if I can do a long-term relationship, or like, I don't really know where we are at right now. He's just clear. If he just wants to be friends, then he'll say he wants to be friends. If he still wants to try to get to know you and actually plans day to try to get to know you, and you're still working on it, then that's great. Or if he's really serious about you, he would say that. And if he does not plan dates, or like even if he says like, I want to get to know you, but doesn't plan dates, girl, like if he wanted to, he would. So if he really wanted to actually get to know you, plan a date with you, he would. So a real green flag is when the guy has clear intentions with you because you're not confused about what you guys are, and you always communicate and you are well aligned of what you guys want to be for each other. So these are the 8 major green flags in men. Tell me which one is your favorite. I think my favorite is personally the last, because it's always so hard when you don't actually know what they want. So sometimes you get attached, but then you break it off, and you know, it just hurts a lot, right? So let me know in the comments if you have any other green flags, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!